just want to see if I actually leave it, or whether it goes on. I think it can.
Let's go. This thing is never going to be the same.
Okay, so I really just want to hear the volume like really low. But might be able to. Cool. Now we may have people, we may not. Who knows?
Well, if Facebook's not on, that's no biggie. I know a few people watch us on there, but that's okay. I can find it on other channels.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go on then.
Nah, because I don't want to fuck it.
Oh, okay. Leave it then.
Because I actually think it's because the Spotify music is.
Low.
See how that's low?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Slowly come in with this beautiful sound that we have from wonderful Spotify play. Oh, what's that doing over there? Here we go. Oh, well. Kia ora and welcome back to Creative Talk Podcast, where we blend the worlds of consciousness and commerce. My name is Kabraska King.
And I'm Amber King, and we have a very special guest for you guys later on today. We are very excited to bring her through. It's going to be a very interesting, fun interview.
Yes, it is. It is. We're going to be bringing the wonderful Kate Hammond, who's going to be spending some time with us this evening, talking all about her modalities, her business, the beautiful sprays, which I use in my practice almost every single day, and a whole bunch more.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So it should be really good.
But how did you, last week we had a really big session, big interview with the lovely Joelle Corbett.
We did. Last week we had a past life regression specialist practitioner, Joelle Corbett.
Yes, Aquarian healer.
Aquarian healer, who came and spent some time with us to just kind of open the door a little bit around this past life regression. She's done past life regression sessions on both myself and also Amber over the past couple of years, and well, actually quite a while ago.
A few years ago. Yeah, but no, very interesting stuff.
It was amazing. I took away quite a bit from that, to be honest. I felt, first of all, there was this piece of me that remembered our sessions, which kind of came alive as she was talking and saying the same words about my body, my mind, and that kind of, not triggered, but it kind of brought back memories, very vivid memories of like lying on that table and going through that whole process. So that was pretty trippy for me. It was like pretty over.
I know.
That was pretty cool.
And Jan, she was there last week. She loved it.
Hey Jan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Wonderful to see you once again. And yes, Jan also enjoyed it as well.
Yes.
I think Joelle has a huge amount of knowledge, you know, not just about her past life regression practice, but like so many other things. And having her on the show really showed me just how much knowledge she does have around this healing that she's done. You know, she's also done psychology for many, many years. And then after doing psychology, she moved into the healing spiritual space because she just felt like it wasn't, you know, lifting enough.
Yeah, like
wasn't doing enough.
Yeah, and I mean, it's, you know, no shade on psychology or counselling. It's awesome, and it does definitely serve its purpose, and it is healing. But yeah, when there's some other layers there, as Joelle said, you know, if things just aren't moving, aren't budging, and these same recurring patterns coming up over and over again, you know, it may be a good sign for you to kind of go deeper or look at something else where you may be able to shift that.
Because that's what happened with her in her experience. She had sessions, as she was saying, with a Māori lady that initially started her on that pathway for her to look at and expand into something else, because she was just so hardcore into psychology and helping people that way. Which that would have blown my mind.
I know. Can you imagine
going through that? And she was doing the same thing. So that was one part.
Yeah.
The other part that I really loved was how she was talking about timelines.
Yes.
And how there's no timeline between your past, your present, or your future.
I know that concept
is
like, so massive. It's so massive to me. Like I struggle with that one sometimes, because I'm just like, but how? How do you do all of that at the same time? How is that happening? But we knew they were there then, but how are they doing it now?
It's a good question, because how are we? But you know, what she was saying was through the energy, through that conscious connection, which it doesn't have, you know, in her experience, it doesn't have any limitation, it doesn't have any boundary, it doesn't have, you know, remember, because time is a man-made structure. We made it up. Kind of like a lot of things in our
I mean, I didn't make it up.
Oh, I don't.
If I'd made time up, I'd be like, give me all the time in the world to do all the things.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
And then nothing would get done.
Look, then me and the cat would be sitting there having the time of our lives, eating all the cookies, watching all the programs. Oh, actually, no, it might not be a good idea. We'd never get off the couch.
That's what I mean. Nothing would get done. You'd have all the time in the world, but you and the cat would literally just sit there watching young Sherlock Holmes for, I don't know, maybe a binge episode season.
I mean, come on.
It is Guy Ritchie, though.
Guy Ritchie, the director. I mean, if you haven't heard of this, we're deviating from our usual program here, folks. But young Sherlock, I'm hooked, aren't I?
It's actually about 5 minutes to get hooked on.
I know, but
anything.
Thinking about that, it is a bit spiritual, that program, because there was a ghost in it yesterday.
Yeah, that's
there
right.
have been some spiritual things happening in that show, and you know, things that you can't explain through the normal means. So I'm in it. I'm there, mate.
But it's also a good show.
It is a very good show
for a younger version. Time to get a structure. Now is past, present.
Time is a structure.
Time is a structure.
Now is past, present, and future. I agree.
Thanks so much for your comment there, Pro. Enjoy the show as we go through, and invite Kate Hammond later on to speak around what she does within her healing modality. We're just catching up on last week's podcast episode with Joelle Corbett, and really grateful that she was able to spend some time to talk about past life regression, how that affected myself, and how that affected. What did you gain from Joelle as she was talking last week?
I really gained that it's never ending. The healing is never ending.
Not the trauma
no, the trauma can end, but the healing is ongoing.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, you can keep on peeling away the layers and layers and layers, and go deeper and deeper and deeper, and just when you think, yes, I'm healed,
you get another
then
layer.
and then you get something else, and another lesson or another learning or another download. But that's all part of it, because otherwise, I mean, we can't go through life in a bubble, can
life
we?
would be boring, though, without those layers and without the learnings. That's what I personally think. Because otherwise you just live a programmed, structured, very boring life.
We'd be robots.
Yeah, you would. You'd be a boring robot, though. You know, just go up, go home, sleep with the cat. That'd be it.
Is that you as a robot?
That's me as a robot. I'm not a very good robot. Maybe I already have a robot.
I mean, but the cat, she's in there. She's following me every morning because I'm like, oh, she's been a good girl. She slept on her bed all night. Good girl, Kaiji. Next minute, you're like, no, she slept with me all night on my side.
She did. She sucked you in. That's why you thought she was being good and like actually sleeping on her bed. She hasn't done that all week. She's just been coming over to my side because you flicked her away and now she's on my side.
Look, I spend a good 15 minutes before bed trying to coax her into her own bed with mice, like not live mice, obviously, biscuits, cuddly blankets, my t-shirt. Far out.
We need to get a cat specialist on here or an animal healing specialist on here to talk about our cat because she has so many more beds than we do. We have one bed. She has like 5 different places to sleep and yoga mats and like blankets and yeah, she's a little bit.
And then she still sleeps on our bed. She's so spoiled. So if we're putting the call out now, if there are any cat whisperers out there, please send us a message. We would like to bring you onto the show.
We would love to delve deeper into Kaiji and
and how animals think. I mean, we kind of know how she thinks because she does communicate with us.
She talks a lot.
Yes.
For a cat.
Yes, she does.
She talks every day.
I know.
Every day.
But she's beautiful.
She has her processes of how it is. But no, last week was amazing for me. And again, thanks so much to Joelle for coming and spending some time with us. But this week is all about Kate Hammond and Zen Den Healing and her business, her practice that she's been building and the journey that she's been on.
Yes.
With regards to her stuff. Her and I actually have known each other for quite a while. We originally did an energy course, which was called Ashati, which still runs today. Both got all the way through to the end as teachers, and Kate carried on and started teaching as well as being a practitioner using energy. So that journey of just Ashati, I think it was like 3 or 4 years.
Wow, that's a lot.
Something crazy like that. She'll have a better memory than I do, but I'm pretty sure it was around 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, and what did you learn from it?
Ashati is quite an in-depth, very, very powerful energy practice. Similar to Reiki in the fact that there are symbols. There is a belief system on the energy system and how that interacts with your body, with trauma, with lifting and talking to you as a practitioner and getting messages and feelings and insights. And there are different levels that allow you to access different layers of energy. And so the longer you practice it and the more you do, the longer you train, the higher you go within the levels of the energy, which I found fascinating.
And do you get guidance from where does the information come from for this?
There is Ashati guides. There are different modalities within Ashati. There's also Reiki, which is in Ashati, and you become a Reiki master as part of it. You also become a healing master. There's different modalities like Alchemia, Ascension, Ashati that are based within that level of energy. And each one is different. They're not all the same. I can honestly say that my journey with Ashati, not only did it teach me more about energy, but it also taught me how different energies feel and how different energy symbols feel when you're using them on people or even animals or plants. Because as soon as I got one symbol, I was using it on everything. I was using it on the cat, I was using it on you, I was using it on me.
What is the symbol? Like, what is it? Does it magically put us to sleep? What is it?
No, there's heaps of them. There's heaps of different symbols. There's so many different ones. Just like Reiki, there's a lot of different symbols and they change in variation and strength and energy depending on your level. So there's master symbols and then there's beginner ones like Shokare, which is pretty much a go-to for anyone that uses Reiki, which you use as well.
Yes.
And
I'm a Reiki purist, I have to say. I learned it back in the day when it was not popular
No, it wouldn't have been.
I learnt it back in my 20s, which was just last year.
1962 something.
Look.
40. No.
It was a few years ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was, but I learnt it when it was not well known, and back at that stage there were only 4 symbols in level 1, level 2, and then I didn't achieve mastery because I had only learnt those 2. But then when I came to learn it again through doing a shati, because I got FOMO and I wanted to do a shati as well, and copy you. Then there were all these new symbols, and I was like, hold up, what's happening? I can't remember all of these. I'm just going to go with my
tried and true symbols.
I'm just going to go with my same symbols that I always use.
But that's what happens, right? Like over the years, like even meditation, yoga, breathwork, they were all considered to be too woo-woo to be used in any shape or form of the corporate world, or even just normal everyday life. Like you'd have to be a guru to be practicing any one of those.
Or a weirdo.
Or a crazy guy living in a van traveling around. But now everyone does it. Like it's become a lot more open and accepted. And I'm actually really, really glad that that's happening.
Yeah, me too.
Because there's so many amazing things that happens in each one of those modalities in different ways. I think it helps people, and you connect to like the modality that I think is going to help you grow or help you release. So. And so you never know which one's going to work.
Exactly. What kind of things can you heal with a shati?
I've helped to heal pains in people's bodies, remove those pains. I've helped to lift. I've helped the person to understand how their trauma is connected to their pain in their body, or how certain things happening in their day-to-day lives are connected to the energy, which is also connected to some layer of something they're going through or something they've been through, and it's still very much in the body because it's a body and energy system combined.
Yep.
And there's so much more given amazing healings, how plants to grow. It's just a beautiful, it's a really strong, intense energy depending on the symbols and what you use them for. And I've tried every single one, I don't know how many times. Yeah, I still use all of them.
Do you?
Yeah. When I'm doing like an energy cleanse of someone, and Kate will probably share what she does, but I blast people. Yeah. It's like, okay, you want to come for an energy healing? I'm going to give you an energy healing. And it's just like, wow. Full on.
That's so good. Yeah. I must admit, I don't remember any of the shati symbols. I don't think I was. I don't recall many things from those classes.
There's so many though. There's
there
all
were
different
a lot
types,
of things.
and it gets easier the more you get it. We got to the end where basically you can just call in the energy that you want. You don't necessarily have to use all the symbol in the same way. The teacher that we had at the time was like, just call in the energies that you want, multiple, and use it in the way that you want.
Yeah, and a lot of it's to do with intention, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But you also have to be, as a practitioner, you have to be of sound mind and body and energy. Yeah. You know, you can't be drunk and then go.
Oh, of course not.
That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. Just in case that's what you think happens, it doesn't happen.
No, and you can't be on drugs. You can't be, you know, like you've got to be. Your energy's got to be clean and cleared and free from, you know, bad energies that bring people down. Yeah.
And that could be your energies. It could be the energy in the environment you're in. It could be stuff that you're carrying from other people. Because it's energy, it can come and be attached to you in many ways. It can be your own traumas carrying energy. There's a lot. And as you heard from Joelle last week, it could be your own past life energy that you could be carrying from your own ancestors or your DNA or your genealogy. And yeah, it just blows. You never know the limit of what this conscious life energy, source energy can do with people. I think it's amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
We need more like study on the actual consciousness part. You know, there's certain people that are coming out now, physicists like Federico Fagan, who was the guy who created the CPU, the microchip, which is pretty much in everything that you're using today from the laptop. He's come out saying that we need to do more science plus consciousness study because we don't have enough. And he's like the guy that invented the microchip. So if he's saying stuff like that, like, I think we've come a long way.
He's had some profound
he had an
discoveries.
experience. Yeah.
Yes.
We should try and get him on the show.
I mean,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's got a great accent. Anyway, talking about energy and talking about what we're going to be doing tonight, we're going to be bringing in Kate Hammond, who is a long-time friend of mine. We practiced together. We have shared a whole bunch of stuff over the years, and also some of her beautiful product that we're going to talk about tonight. She'll tell us how she blends these amazing sprays, which if you've been a client of mine, you would have got one of these, or maybe 3 or 4 of them, to be honest, because I just give them away. It's just amazing. And they're so different. They smell different. They have different energies in them. And I just absolutely love them. So, yeah.
They're very good to use, and they all have different... See, if you're into ASMR...
I got no nails.
Can you hear that? Crystals.
Oh, yes.
They all have crystals in them as well. And, you know, Kate can go into... You know, I'm the crystal lady too, but she can go into what the crystals do in the bottles as well, and you know, in the liquids, how they help with the healing, because they all have healing properties as well.
Do you want to introduce Kate as you come in?
I think we should. Oh, we've just got one comment here from Pro Imiter. Give out to the world and treat everything and everyone in it with a high frequency of love, from strangers and friends to animals, insects, all is frequency. 100%.
Oh, I love that. That's a great comment, bro. Thanks so much. Change the energy I give out to the world and treat everything and everyone in it with high frequency of love. From strangers to friends, animals to insects. We're all connected through energy, you know, whether it's a rock or whether it is anything that's living on this planet. And everyone thinks that rocks are not living, but they all have an energy.
Everything has energy.
Everything is part of something.
I mean, if you strip it right back, you know, and you go into the atoms and protons and all of those scientific things,
it's all energy.
They are all energy, right? And they're all buzzing around with frequency and energy. So what we put out there is what we're going to get back.
Yes.
But yes, I'm very excited to announce our very special guest, Kate Hammond. She's the founder of Zen Den Healing, of these very beautiful sprays. She's an energy healer, as we've said. She's a Reiki practitioner, creator of a lot of beautiful products. And her sprays are also designed to shift your energy, clear emotional blocks, and support deeper healing. Kate, welcome into the show.
Yay!
Hi guys!
Hey Kate, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us this evening and for waiting patiently for us to just gabble for a little bit and talk about things, but lovely to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. I was thoroughly enjoying listening to you guys. So much fun.
Now, we've already had a comment from one of our viewers, Jan, who tuned in last week, and she just said she absolutely loves the spray. I think I gave her one from the Brunswick.
You did give one
session, but yeah, she absolutely loves it. And it's this energy spray, which is pretty much gone around the Australia with me when we do mind, body, spirit. It's just the best cleanser.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah,
it's amazing. Yes, thank you so much for your feedback. I love hearing the difference that it makes in people's lives and practices too. Yeah, it's really special.
Okay, look, everyone has their own particular story when it comes to being a practitioner or learning a modality, and you've stepped into the energy healing space. What was it that started you or began you on your journey with regards to energy healing?
Yeah, I suppose it sort of happens a good 10 years ago, 10 years or more. When I bought my first deck of cards, I remember being away on a girls' trip and I cannot for the life of me remember actually buying them. I just know that I needed to take them home. And for a long time, I feel like it was a little bit of a party trick. All the girls would be over, we'd get the cards out and see what the universe has to tell us. And I started to realize, like, wow, these are powerful. I am getting some really consistent advice and support and perspective on exactly what's happening in my life and my friends' lives. And so, yeah, I think my spirituality definitely started to grow from there. And I was really drawn to go and get an energy healing myself one day, and went to a local practitioner and really enjoyed the session. And I said to her afterwards, I was like, my hands were just absolutely on fire that whole time. Like, is this normal? And they were tingly, and she's like, I think that might be a sign that energy healing is something that you could
Really?
be called to do. So yeah, went home and I thought, oh my gosh, I'll have a look and see if there's a course. And then all of a sudden I was just hit with this fear of, oh my gosh, I can't go into a class with people I don't know and try and learn something new. And so I had all this fear energy around me and signed up to do like a self-paced course, not a virtual class, just very much on my own.
Mm.
And I would do my self-healings and start my root chakra, work my way up. 3 chakras in, I'm asleep. I'm falling asleep at my solar plexus. And I'd wake up half an hour later after a beautiful sleep going, well, I can't even get through my chakra system. How am I going to do this? And it wasn't until I think the end of that course, I had a bit of a practice on some of my friends, and I was just amazed how much my higher senses had started to grow, having access to these energies and all the things that I was able to do. And I actually enrolled to go to Melbourne. I'm a couple of hours away, and in class, rocked up for my master's. And I think, Kabraska, I remember you asking us to share with some people who just started their journey. And
Yeah.
it wasn't until I reflected, I was like, oh my gosh, I was at my solar plexus for a reason. I was healing my confidence and
Yes.
empowering myself
Correct.
to go in and yeah, have a go. So
And aren't you
yeah,
glad that you carried on with that, Kate, and
oh,
completed the course
absolutely.
and also grew yourself as a practitioner and energy healer and worker, and like, none of that would have happened had you not taken the plunge on yourself and actually done the healing and then also followed up with your own action within that space as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great journey. I feel like you summarized our Shadi journey so well. I'm so glad you didn't ask me to do that.
Thank you. It was an
It was
amazing journey though. Like, I
it
think
really was.
for
Yeah.
anyone that's thinking of looking at another energy modality that you want to delve into, have a look at Ashati. They have a website. We'll share it in the description, but it's a great addition to any other energy based or even any other modality that you might be practicing at the moment. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Kate could say what she
I remember every week, this is why I got FOMO. Because every Sunday I would meet you for lunch after the class, and you would be like, wow, oh my God, we just learned all this, and then I did this, and I felt this, and then this came through, and then I got all these downloads, and you would just be telling me for like hours afterwards about all the cool things that you just learned and you just got to do and what the class did, and I was like, I want to do it now.
And it wasn't just me though. It was literally everyone was having similar experiences, if not more profound than mine. I really enjoyed it. There's sections in there where you learn a little piece and then you do like an attunement. Those attunements with the teacher that we had at the time just like blew me away.
Yeah.
Absolutely blew me away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like every time we had one, I would always feel it in my throat chakra and just start coughing in a really nice quiet time for everybody.
And Kate, that's telling you to use your voice.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, that's so awesome. So, Kate, we've talked a little bit about your sprays.
We have.
Why is scent? You know, a lot of people talk about aromatherapy, and they put on like back in the day, it used to be like some essential oil with a candle, and then you put that in the room, right? And you've kind of put this into a spray, so it's more portable. Why is scent such a powerful tool in like shifting someone's state or energy?
Yeah, such a good question. I think like it's all about vibrations and vibrational frequency. I think, Amber, you were talking about it before at that atomic level when things are mixing together and creating their own vibration. I think when we introduce it into our energy field, it enters and we nearly get this like cellular massage right down at our cell level. And that's when it starts to release those sort of emotional tensions, physical tensions, and that's when we start to see a shift in our energy.
No, I love these sprays for so many reasons because I've been using them ever since Kate showed them to me, and I think I think I started with the energy spray first, didn't it? When you first got this one, and now I give this one away as a free gift for anyone that comes in. But she has these chakra sprays which I love because when I do a chakra balancing or a healing on people, I use one spray, one energy center, and then kind of grow that out. And in each one of these, they all smell different, but then they're all obviously connected to the chakra too, and they also have different crystals within them.
Yes.
So what is that blending process for you, Kate, when you're making a chakra based spray that you know is going to be used in either healing or it's going to be used for somebody in general in their life? What is the process that you go through when you're like putting all of these amazing things together?
I think that the creative process sort of came to me maybe when I was daydreaming in class one time. And I just had this thought that I need to have a set of sprays to help to cleanse, clear, and open like the chakras of the person I was working with. And not only help to start shifting energy, but also for me to help to read in as well. And I think, yeah, the physical properties that I've got happening in that bottle, it's like a little bottle of vibrations. I use full moon water, and I specifically chose full moon water. I cleanse with far too many moonstone crystals. I do love my crystals. But yes, I use that in the sprays, and it really helps to bring that intention of release into the spray. So mixed with the crystals, the oils, and that moon water, you start to get its own vibration with the intention of helping to release energy within that chakra. And once I finish making the spray, I actually infuse every bottle with energy healing. So I use those energy symbols that you were talking about earlier. And when we activate them, they have their own vibration. So for me, it's like this little jar of vibrations, this unique blend that we can then introduce to our energy bodies. And I also listen to like beautiful meditation music or singing bowls or something, so it's like that sound frequency also being put in there.
When I use them and on the different chakras, I always do that. Like go around
part of it, right?
And then do the spray over the whole body, and then tell the person to like take a deep breath in. It is like the energy of the spray is actually telling me what to do and how to use it on the different centers depending on the person and where we focus on. But yeah, I love them. They're awesome.
I love also that you can, with the energy clearing and protection, sometimes we can't take a candle or something smoky into a space, right? Because you might set off the fire alarm, or you might be somewhere where you're not able to light things. This kind of spray is perfect for that, because then it allows you to still cleanse and clear your space and be protected, but it's it's less, I don't know, what do you call it, obtrusive to other people.
Less disturbing,
less disturbing, totally.
And you can just use it. We've used it. I've used it in like mind, body, spirit. Where it's just like one client coming in and then another one leaving, because there's so many over the day. It's like 12 to 14 different people, and I find that kind of just keeps it within my little space, because you're really close to other people. So I think it works perfectly, and it's so small. It just goes through your luggage when you're traveling and everything.
Exactly. It's pretty handy. That's a good thing about it. And we've got this one too, Kate.
Oh yes.
Oh, is that polarity?
It is, yeah.
What is the difference between the roller and the spray?
So in my rollers, instead of the moon water, I use coconut oil, so that you can apply it directly to the skin. And it's a very similar process. But yeah, my oils, I've got a few. I've got a monthly moonstone magic one and a polarity one, and they're sort of a very different intention that I set. I remember chatting to Cabrasco one day. It's like, we need one for the men. Can you go home and have a think about
You
it?
need a masculine one, like
This is true.
a divine masculine, not
Yeah.
just like a musk,
Not like a
Absolutely.
not like jazz from 1995.
Yeah, no, not like that. Like something, something masculine that I can actually use, or any man can use within that space. Now, for the people watching that may not have heard about your beautiful products and sprays and how energy has been infused into them, for those who might be skeptical about how that works, can you explain a little bit about how your spray also does a bit of clearing or gives you a bit of energy or just connects to your senses? Are you able to explain how that kind of works?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think our bodies are constantly just doing their thing without conscious thought, and we're all receiving energetic information through light, through sound, through smell, and our body's processing that all the time. And there's so much cool research out there now that sort of explain those physical properties and what they do to our bodies and to our mental well-being. And I think there's a really cool research with the Resilience Project. They found that 7 seconds of sound and music can start to shift your emotional well-being. And so for me, like, scent is just another tool that we can use for that. Yeah.
It's one of our senses that we have, from sight, vision, smell, taste.
That's it.
Yeah. It's gonna hit something, right?
It will. It's like, when we're doing this work around healing work, tarot, mediumship, all those kinds of things, we are tuning into as many senses, using as many senses as we can, right? So there's the clairvoyance, the seeing, there's clairsentience, which is the feeling, there's claircognizance, which is the knowing, there's I always forget the smell one. There's the one where you smell, and that one is more rare than the others, I feel, because not as many people have developed that. But I would say that is a massive part of picking up on messages as well, as through our sense of smell, right? So my next question is then, Kate, you have been, working with scent and things like that, but you've also been working across like Reiki, tarot, and subconscious healing. How do you find that these modalities complement each other? Do you use them separately, or are you blending them?
Yeah, I think over the years, when I just keep collecting my spiritual tools and different modalities, and I've just sort of been weaving them together to make this beautiful healing practice that is quite, I suppose, unique to me. And I think the way that all of these physical tools complement our energy healing work, especially with cards like tarot and oracle, it just shows people, it's like they can see what it is that I can sense.
Yeah.
And they can see on the table exactly what we're talking about with their energy healing. And I think it just helps people to understand their healing a little bit more. And I think it's just so magical every time. I feel like I'm using all these tools to build a puzzle, and we'll be talking about whether that's like some self-confidence, and then all of a sudden you're flipping a card over that's saying exactly that. And every time to this day, I still just get so amazed. And I think it's just so magical for clients to see it all come together, and all these tools that don't relate fit together beautifully.
Yeah, we have another comment from Pro Amateur on our YouTube channel that talks about your sprays and that they would be a great alternative to incense sticks, oils, because it's in an enclosed space and sometimes it does get a little bit heavy and dense. Great comment.
Yes.
I just remembered what that other clear is that you're talking about. It's Clear Aliens.
Oh, the one where you smell?
Where you smell, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's also Clear Gustance.
Clear Gustance,
which is
the taste. Yeah. Yep.
And then Clear Empathy, Clairvoyance.
Yeah.
All the clears. I think there's 8.
Yeah,
7 or 8.
7 or 8. Yeah, if you count cytometry as part of that, yeah.
But when you're doing your work, Kate, what are you finding that most people are coming to see you for? What traumas are you finding that's being lifted, especially now because people are going through such a heavy time coming out of last year, coming into this year, and there's still a lot of stuff that people are dealing with. What are you finding that people are coming to you for energy healing at the moment?
I think most of the time people are coming, it's definitely for that energy healing work, and I feel that most people who step in, it's this overwhelm, I think, or stress that they're feeling just with everyday life, and sometimes too, like not being able to put to words how they're feeling. It's just I don't feel great, or yeah, just trying to gain clarity around how like what they're experiencing and things like that. So yeah, I think it's such a beautiful modality to have someone else sort of understand and validate how you've been feeling and your experiences, and then have that clarity and be able to sort of move and direct yourself into a really peaceful place. I think it's so nice to see people kind of float out the door
It
and
is, they come all
feel
heavy and
relaxed.
then
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of people who come here definitely seeking balance and seeking that relaxation and clarity.
Do you find, Kate, that they also have tried other things like either the normal medical practices of psychology and all these other things? But what I've found in some of my clients who've been doing that kind of work for a long time is they just don't get the same feeling of release energetically. You know, it's a mental kind of process. They have to think about a lot of things. They have to process a lot of things mentally, but it doesn't actually make them feel better. And with an energy healing, regardless of whether they're conscious or not, because a lot of my clients sometimes go to sleep because they're so relaxed, they're gone. And then they wake up and then they're like, oh my God, that was amazing. And they feel lighter, or they feel like, as you're saying, floating out of the door. I think it's just such a beautiful way of trying to help people who may just be stuck, you know, and not know what's actually going to help them.
Yeah, I agree. So, in saying that, those people that are floating out of the door, do you think, or do people have to believe to actually integrate the healing? Like, do they have to believe in this work 100% to integrate it, or can they just come with an open mind, or what is, what's the best way to be?
Yeah, I think it's all about just being open. If as soon as you are open to that conversation, those healing energies are there for you to receive, and it's all about just having that openness, sort of opening the door, if you will, to all the magical woo-woo things that you can receive in energy healings. And I think it's when people sort of sit with that healing for a while, and whether it be days, weeks, or months, and they start to reflect on that healing, and they see the shifts in their lives and in their bodies, and see how powerful it can really be.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right.
Just to add to that, Kate, so with the healing process and the modalities you work with, does the healing happen straight away? So, or does it take a period of time? Like, when will they see changes?
Yeah, great question. I think it all depends, I think, and how deep that healing is for that person. I think I've certainly had people come and sit down and have a chat after a healing and go, I've just had this realization about this, and it's so clear now, and you can see instantly sometimes it just slots into place for people, and I think other times, and certainly I've experienced myself, it's not for some time afterwards that you go think back and go, oh wow, I have completely shifted in this area, and that was what that healing was all about. So yeah, it's sort of different with everybody.
Okay, is there a particular method or energy healing practice that you give to anyone that's kind of feeling either overwhelmed, or they're kind of feeling stuck and they're not sure what to do? Is there anything that you can share with anyone watching tonight, like they could do in their home and potentially help themselves on their journey or experience some of this energy healing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sprays work great.
Yeah.
but
Yes.
but I think like the best thing that you can do is just step outside as soon as we go outside, like we've got the changes in our environment, we instantly take a breath of fresh air, connect with nature. If we can, like, ground ourselves and earth ourselves, like all those negative ions really start to impact us physically. If you haven't done a deep dive into earthing, highly recommend, everyone.
Yes,
100%. Tell us a bit about that, Kate, because I mean, I harp on about it to my clients.
Me too.
But I am guilty of not doing it as often as I talk about it. Do you want to talk about it a bit? Tell the people what it is.
Like I have an earthing mat on my massage table, and I actually have one on my bed as well, and it connects in with the earthing rod of the house. So it's a little bit like laying on the grass, and essentially what happens is that we're getting that energy from the earth. Those negative ions start to enter our body, and instantly we start to, like, inflammation starts to go down. This a really cool little doco that I watched on YouTube about earthing, and just all of the benefits that it can have for the body. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
And if you don't know it as earthing, it's also grounding as well. It's a similar practice to the same thing, but it's about you connecting your energy body to the energy of the planet and allowing it to actually sink back into balance together, because we don't do it enough. We used to do it all the time.
I mean, we used to live without shoes, right?
Yeah,
everyone used to live without shoes, and now we're so far removed from that, and sitting inside on our computers, watching TV on our devices all day long, right? And kids are hardly, outside running around anymore. So it's very important that we do stay grounded.
No one goes to parks anymore, and if they are, they're not taking their shoes off and grounding or doing any kind of connection like that. And I think it's changed a lot since I was a young.
Changed a lot since you.
I was a young guy.
I mean, that was 100 years ago.
That was 160 years ago. It was back in black and white days. My son would say it was back when dirt was made.
I think you made the earth.
You made the dirt, Dad? Yeah, I did. So, okay, what's on the cards for yourself this year? Where can people find you? And what's going on in your world with regards to energy healing, and what are you up to?
Yeah, this year's a little bit different for me. I've in my daytime job, I'm a teacher, and I've taken a little bit of long service leave and really created a lot of space for myself this year, which has taken a lot of healing to get to, just to allow myself and give my permission to myself, I suppose, to have that time and space to work on personal projects and things. So definitely doing that, but with Zen and healing, absolutely still loving having clients over. Started doing some meditation classes, doing subconscious explorations, which have been really fun.
Wow.
And I'm feeling very called at the moment to dive into my mediumship skills. I've had some really cool workshops and a few experiences with clients, and it was just so beautiful to be able to hold that space for people and share messages from loved ones and things. So yes, I'm excited to start exploring.
I think that's a natural progression for you, Kate.
I do too.
Because you're so connected anyway, and it's just it's nice for you to be able to put some time towards growing that side of your like spiritual awareness. So mediumship is a next level when it's very different from all the other modalities, because it just brings in so many really amazing things, and does help with people's grief and connection as well. So
and we've had some amazing teachers and mediums that have shared some time with us last year, and they're coming back this year. So if you are looking for any other teachers, tune into them when they jump on board, and we'll let you know when
absolutely.
they're there, and you can check them out as well.
Yes. Speaking of different modalities, Kate, I heard from a little birdie that you've got a new toolkit, a new modality in your toolkit called charm casting. I'm intrigued because I've heard a little bit about this, but I've never had a charm casting reading.
I've never heard about it either, or had one. So this will be our first. What is charm casting?
Yeah, tell us about it. What is it?
It's so cool. I think I was at a local expo and I saw someone doing charm casting. I'm like, I have to have that spiritual tool in my life. So basically you use little charms like these ones.
Wow.
And it's very similar to like an oracle card. It's all based on symbolism, all to do with tasseography, which is tea leaf reading. So all the symbolism that you can use with that, as well as like your connection with that charm. I love them. You can sprinkle them over tarot cards. You can open a book and sprinkle them there. You can also use charm casting mats as well to really drive questions and get some answers and things like that. So I've been really enjoying, just dabbling in a bit of charm casting.
That's so awesome.
So, Kate,
surely
would you be able to do a charm casting reading for our Creative Talk podcast?
I would love to. I would love to do one for you guys.
Shall we bring it up?
Let's bring it up.
So on the screen we have a cup which looks like it's full of charms, a card to the right, and then a circular disc or a mat with his charms on that as well. That's what we're showing on screen at the moment.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I went in with the question, what is the current energy for the creative podcast and where are you moving towards? And I did my little sprinkle of charms. I've got it just down here to the side of me. I'm going to start with the sun, which is in the center of the circle, and that's sort of our light source. And the charms that have landed there talk about the current energy sort of surrounding Creative Talk. And it's very much leaning into Sagittarius energy. So the little charm that has the word optimist on it is the Sagittarius charm. So I don't know if you have lots of Saggy energy in either of your charts. But I had a look and I think there was a post you guys did about sort of this new direction for Creative Talk. And I had a look and of course it's a Sagittarius moon day. So I think
really?
Yes. Oh wow.
Yeah. So
That's
lots
crazy.
of Sagittarius energy, potentially like in Saggy season in December, there might have been lots of talk and things sort of moving, but I definitely think new moon, full moon, Saggy energy vibes is definitely going to get things like moving for you.
Wow.
There's a little frog that's like the legs just resting on it. So I suppose with the frog here, it's all about like showing that leap of faith or that leap of optimism. And you can see it's moving towards the direction of career and business, which is really, really cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So if we go up to the top in the spirituality section, you can see there's a clock just outside of the chart. And I immediately have is it hung up by Madonna, like time goes by so slowly. I just had that on repeat when I saw that. And I felt this charm was saying that the podcast is a place where you can get into the state of flow and really help others to get into the state of flow as well, and just be like fully immersed and really allow for an opportunity of an expansion. You'll see there's a little dragon that landed right on the word spirituality. And I think it's sitting on the word is just, and the symbolism behind dragons, it just shows that it's such a powerful platform of communication for you. And it's a tool that you can use to help others on their healing journeys. So that energy, strength, and empowerment is what you can do to pass on through the podcast. The next box over, we've got home and family. And again, we've got, it's a little gecko that's landed on the word family. So a lot of these charms have landed on the words. And I just feel that's really sort of reiterates that the podcast and the words that are spoken, how powerful that is. So the gecko represents positive transformation and adaptability. I think with the Creative Talk family, I think it shows how like you adapt and evolve and bring ahead positive transformations for the people of the podcast, yourselves, but also your listeners. And then the next box over, we've got leisure and social life. And you can see there's a little kangaroo there. The kangaroo represents nurturing energy. I always think of like a mum with its joey carrying it around and like taking care of it. And there's a beautiful piece of peacock ore sitting on social.
Oh, wow. That's
So
cool.
that crystal to me, when it comes up, like it just makes me think of like fun and just, yeah, so much joy, I suppose. So um I think showing that this podcast can be a really fun social space for you guys and where you can nurture and build social connections with lots of people. And then we go over to the career and business, and there's a little car sitting there. So the car landing on the foundations of the castle for me shows that how you're beginning to travel in this new direction. And the car itself shows that it's going to be an adventure. There's going to be lots of things to see, lots of things to do,
Yes.
which is awesome. And then we had so many charms land for you guys. Um, there's a beautiful peacock that's landed right on the heart there. And with the peacock there, I feel like it represents how creative talk can attract new relationships and friendships into your circles and really help to grow that for you. But also that it's going to be a really successful time for creative talk. I think it also shows just the pride that you have in this podcast and the work that you're doing as well.
Oh, thanks,
And what else have we got? I think there's one
one on the
in the health
card.
and well-being.
And
There
then,
is, yes.
oh, yes, and health and
Um,
well-being with the cross as well.
there is a cross there.
That's so
So
much.
the cross landing on the word health shows that this is a space to help people, especially for helping people, like point people in the right direction to dealing with like pain or heartache, endings or illness. And touching that word, I think it really shows that's the belief of the podcast is to help with this health and well-being space.
100%. Absolutely. You've nailed
And then
everything. All the things
I
that.
was so glad it resonates. And then I did pull a card just for a little bit of advice from spirit, and I got higher senses, which I feel like we've spoken about so much today. And there's a line that landed right in between the throat and heart chakra, and I feel it's a message affirming that the podcast has the strength, courage, and heart to lead in the direction that you would like to take it and that you have planned, and to use your higher senses to keep guiding you each step of the way.
Oh my goodness.
You.
Hey, wow, that's
incredible.
Amazing. That is such a cool way to like read and connect with someone in not just like what they're doing now, but also what they can look forward to in the future as well. I thought that was really that's so cool.
It's so cool that like
so cool.
you know, because when you the charms can land on the words and they mean something, or they can land on parts of the different images and they mean something. It's just it's I love it. It's something. It's right up my alley. I'm going to come to you to learn how to do this.
Yeah, the charm casting is definitely a win for me too. That one was just absolutely awesome. It's it's just cool how it connects with all the different spaces. As a thank you from Amber and I, we would love to do a reading for you to just say thank you for coming on the podcast, supporting us as well, and obviously being able to share your world with the people who are watching all at the same time.
Sounds amazing. Thanks, guys.
Do and you have to show the card to the people
right.
so they can see as well.
Okay, I've got my tarot deck. I'm going to have a look at. What did you? Oh, look, Jan says brilliant reading for this Caring Special podcast.
Oh, thank you, Jan.
Thank you. That's kind feedback. So, Kate, what would you like to know? Do you want to look into your Zen Den healing business and see the energy around there?
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Kate, I have 3 piles here. Please choose between left, middle, and right.
Oh, I'm feeling middle pile.
Right, let's do a 3 card.
I'll read on your cards too. Okay.
Well, then I'll make them. Do some clarifying cards. Kabriska and I have slightly different styles of reading, but it's good because we can get both things information coming through.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, that's nice. So we've got 3 cards. We'll
That's
do,
good.
you know, 3 cards can represent past, present, future. So we'll read it as that to keep it easy for everyone. So in the past, the first card that comes up, if you can see that, we've got the Lover's card. So Lover's card actually means the card of choices, can mean the card of choices. So I feel like, and I've pulled some extra cards too, as clarifying cards as well. We've got these ones to clarify that Lover's card. So I feel like in the past there was that part of you that was a bit conflicted, or bit because you were doing all of the other things, right? You know, you have your career as a teacher, but then you also have this part of you that's like, oh, but I want to look further afield. I want to look out and expand my horizons. But also I do need to make money, and how will I make money from all of these things, and where do I start? And there's that part of you inside that's just like, oh, I really want to get going, but I need to be sensible. And so I feel like in the past you were grappling with that a bit, to kind of ground in all the energy is what I want to say, and trying to figure out where you kind of stand in all of this, and how you can kind of get it going, basically. What would you add to that?
Oh, totally. I would say it was like the conflicting side between your passion and your real life, and that at that time it was about your change that was going on both externally and internally within you as well. So the energy, the modalities, the learning, moving into the teaching, while also already teaching, and the external side of things, and then finding this way of how the two are going to blend through you, and what that actually feels like, how you're going to create and generate money from that, how you're going to actually look into moving and creating all these different things that you know you can do, sprays and energy healing and charms now, and a whole bunch more, and how that's actually going to work with you. So yeah, I think it is the Lover's card for me signifies the love of the work that you have found. And if there's love in your external work and your internal, and now it's coming into that phase of, and has been for many years, blending those two together within yourself.
Yeah. And then we're in the present day, in the present situation, we've got this guy. So that to me is you sitting there, you've made this decision, and you're quite happy with this decision now, where you've come to. You know, you're taking that.
It was balanced too.
Yeah, and it's much more balanced because you're taking some time off from your busy teaching job to spend more time on your own healing and looking into expanding into your spiritual world. Obviously, this card shows there's still that part of you which is a little bit apprehensive. It's like, oh, am I still at the beginner phase? Am I able to do this? And I'm looking back a bit, oh, should I look forward and go for it? And that's normal, you know, when we start new things, and it's a learning, and we have to know that that's part of it, but that's also part of the excitement as well. Also, sometimes feelings can come up where you're like, oh, have I made the right decision? Am I putting myself out in the cold? Am I actually going through with this? Is this the right thing for me to do? Yeah. You know, but what I'm getting is yes, a clear yes. The way forward is, you know, you need to move forward with this, because there's going to be much more balance in your life, and I feel like you'll get more satisfaction from doing the things that you love. Not to say you don't love teaching. That's one part of you, but I feel like the need to bring all parts of you or sides of you together is just going to make you feel much better moving forward.
And as Amber was saying, with anything brand new that you're going to be starting or building or creating, there's always going to be that conflict of like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right time? Am I second guessing myself? Do I have the ability to do it? And on and on and on and on and on. Right, but that's also part of the letting go process as well, because as they come up, we release those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions, because the real important part is that the timing is right for you. And that's what's better, is that the timing feels right. There is a balance here. There is a moving forward of energy for you that allowing yourself the space and time to create now is actually going to help you push through those parts of yourself at the same time. So I feel it is a very much a forward momentum driving you to your next, which is that building phase of where you want to get to as well. You want to talk about this one?
Yes, and then the future is so bright.
Future is good.
We love
future
that.
Future is real good.
So we are here. You are. You're the king of your creative domain. You know, you've stepped into this, and you know that you're powerful. You know what you're doing, but creatively you've grown in such a way that it's just you're vibing with everything, right? You are sitting there comfortably knowing that this is where you're meant to be, because the cards that come up with that are amazing. So we've got the Empress, we've got the Magician, and we've got Eight of Cups. So, you know, if you know tarot, the Empress is all about abundance. She's so comfortable and creative, and so that she's creating the world. You're creating this brand new world for yourself. And it's looking really, really good and really full of abundance and happiness and love and joy. The Magician, Kate, you already have all the tools. You're just going to grow them even more and more. And you know, there's some charms on there. So start throwing those charms out, because the Magician already knows. And the Eight of Cups is about moving forward. You know, you got those two cards of moving forward, the Chariot and this card, which is really good because you're moving in the right direction. And if there's anything like emotional that comes up where there's maybe some self-doubt, or that part of you is like, oh, that's fine, allow that to come up, but just know you can move forward. You're going to move forward from that.
Yeah, and as Amber was saying, and I totally agree, this is the time for you to have all of the things working together to create that new future of what you want within this work, right? It is the right time, it is the right space. You do have the right information and support around you to make that all happen. And with the Magician, you have everything at your fingertips to actually bring that into your now and thrive within that space as well. I think previously, in times in past, you may have been a little bit hesitant, you may have been a little bit reserved in, you know, your confidence and your abilities, but now it's not that time. It doesn't feel like it's around you anymore. It feels like you've definitely let that whole thing go, and you know, the cards are basically saying that this is the time for you to create all of this. You do have everything at your fingertips, and this is a moving forward, not just with the project and the modalities you have now, but as you said, you're stepping into mediumship. There's also more that's going to be added to this on top of what you've already built. So I feel, Kate, this is the year of both you building, but really stepping into your own and really going for it and not holding back, knowing what you can do, not being afraid of anything, no fear there. Just, you know, allow that energy just to take you on this journey, very much like what we're doing.
And I just spotted a little gecko.
Oh, a gecko? Yeah.
Can you see that?
Oh, that was amazing, guys. It's as you were doing the reading, like, it's that reflection of where I started with Zendan. And I think, I don't know if I said it on our talk earlier, I remember going live with my Instagram business page, and 2 days later, kidney infection, so crook, and so much fear, and in my kidneys. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's been such an amazing journey, like healing myself as well as healing others. And I remember someone telling me something so beautiful that I sometimes need to remind myself to this day, but definitely feeling more confident in the space. But the universe will send you clients and the people that because you have the knowledge and skills that they need right then and there, and we can always grow, we can always develop, but you're enough in that moment. And it was the best piece of advice I was given. And it's been such a journey, and how cool. It sounds like it's only getting better.
It is. So allow yourself the time in order to, you know, bring into your world all the things that you really need to do. But it's like the things are now at your fingertips. They're there, they're on the table, they're in the space for you to utilize in whatever way you want, and you can craft and manage and manifest them and push them into your environment wherever you go, which is like, it's pretty exciting. It's going to be a good year.
Absolutely.
I think for both of us.
Yeah, I think we're going to grow together.
We are. We have to come back in a year's time and be like, hey, so what happened for you?
Yeah.
Now we have one last
sprinkle
question.
some chunks.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
We
please.
have one last question, Kate, and you may have answered this already in your last thing from Amateur. And they ask, Kate, what is it like trying to show the average person what you do and how it works? Is it hard to explain to people who may not believe in such things like tarot or energy? And what's been your experiences with that? So how do you explain to the average person what you do and how it works?
That is such a good question. I feel like I'm constantly changing my answer to this too. I feel like I always sort of explain it as this beautiful, gentle approach to healing, and you get to come over, and it's such a sort of a passive way to experience all the energies. Like you get to lie down, relax, eye mask on, and I do my thing. And I think it's in the conversation afterwards when it resonates for you. But I think sometimes people are just unsure of what they should do, and I think reassuring them that you don't have to do any of the work, you don't have to do any of the thinking. Like that's something that I can gift to that person in that time. So I've definitely probably danced around how to explain energy healings because I think it keeps changing for me too.
Yeah.
Do you guys find the same?
Yeah, I do. With me, I always say to people, like, first and foremost, never think your way through this stuff. Like, if there's one thing that I want you to really connect with, it's the feeling of things. Like, how do you feel when you walked in here, and how do you feel now? And if there's no difference, then it means we need to do more work, or it means that we need to do potentially a different modality. But 9 times out of 10, people that come in for a session have been called to do something for themselves, and they leave with a different feeling, and that's what hits them first, is the feeling experience, and then it's the realizing what has been lifted or how that's actually helped them as well. So,
yeah, my one's slightly different because mine, I do get people to be part of the healing with my crystal dreaming, and they've got to talk all the way through. So my thing that I always remind people is just get out of your head, and go into your feelings, your other senses, because the minute you start thinking is the minute that it's gone. It's not going to work as well.
Totally agree. And I think that goes with a lot within the healing space, and Kate, you've touched on it tonight, that in order for us to be able to feel and share and be present and hold space for others, a lot of people don't see this, but it's taken a lot of work on ourselves to get to this stage.
Absolutely.
It's not like a 2-day course over the weekend. You're like, I'm going to go and heal the people now. It's like, nope, it doesn't work that way. You actually have to step into some of those real uncomfortable places of your own and really push through and heal them in you before you can even do that for somebody else. And Kate, first and foremost, thank you so much for sharing space with us this evening and sharing parts of your world, your sprays, your charms, and your abilities with ourselves and the audience. On behalf of Amber and myself, we're very grateful to have you on Creative Talk Podcast, and we'd love to do it again, and wish you all the best in 2026 and beyond. And if there's anything that we can do in order to help and support you, please let us know.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I had so much fun.
Thank you, Kate.
Can talk with you anytime.
100%.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Pro Amateur, for your questions, and thank you, Jan, and thank you to everyone that tuned in.
Yes, we've had a wonderful evening. If you wanted to check out anything from Kate's website, you can go to zendenhealing.com. We're showing it here just on the podcast. If you need any supplies or charm reading or energy healing, please feel free to reach out to her directly. She also has Instagram, and you can follow her on her pages. That was awesome.
That was so cool.
That charm reading just blew me away.
I know.
I was like, whoa.
I was in there.
Whoa.
I was in there. I'm like, I'm going to get me a piece of this.
That's really cool. That'd be like a really good modality to add, like as a different way of doing a reading.
Yeah.
Especially in a live space.
Especially if you're very visual. Because, some people, just like tarot, we look at symbols on the cards as well, and we feel into them as well. So it's another element of that type of reading, or that type of energy that it resonates with me.
Totally.
Because I'm very visual, I'm clairvoyant, but I also like to see things and see concrete things as well, which the charms are.
I wonder if you could get the person who's getting it to add in some additional little charms of their own and see if they like, I won't try and
here we
recreate
go,
the
with
whole
the guy changing it, having one reading and thinks he knows all about it.
But look, everyone, Jan, Pro-Amateur, thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. It's wonderful to have your comments and also your feedback and questions through to our guests, and we really appreciate you spending this Thursday evening with us to learn more about our beautiful world of healing, and also looking at how we can blend both consciousness and commerce together in one space. We will be back again next Thursday at 5 p.m. on all channels. There'll also be an audio version of this coming out tomorrow, but we look forward to seeing you guys all again soon next week. You guys take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to Creative Talk Podcast for another week.
Have a good week.